It is Tuesday, March 25th. We are back with another episode. I got my guy Dion here with me, taking a little decompress, I guess, from the madness. As we have a little bit of a break here before Thursday arrives, and we have the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight games. But also, as you rest, let us not forget. I think we got day basketball today. I think there's CBI games tipping off at noon. We're gonna dip into that because that's just kind of degenerates that we are. But Dion, how are you doing on this fine Tuesday now it is?
I'm doing great, man. Good first weekend of basketball. Got a little rest last night. I know you got a little bit as well. We're back at it this morning though. Um, when does the crown tip off?
I think is it at the same time as like March Madness?
I think
I
so.
look it might be I mean not March Madness. I think it might be at the same time as the Final Four.
Is it?
I need to look up
What
the
if we
crown
just
schedule.
became crown guys and like that's where we go every year? Like we don't go to the Final Four. We're just like at the crown.
Well, the crown's in Vegas. That's the
Oh,
thing. Yeah, that makes a little bit of a difference. But where's the crown? It's March 31st.
okay.
Yeah. March 31st to April 6th in Vegas. That's a long time to be in Vegas, man.
In the world of NIL, like this tournament would have been better when the players weren't getting paid. Someone's getting in trouble.
Yeah, someone is getting in trouble, and I can't wait because I'll be betting on teams in that have players who look like they're not just going to enjoy Vegas. Like there's certain teams out there that I know are going to be having a day.
I need to know how many people are 21 on a team. Whoever has the least amount of 21-year-olds, that's who I'm betting
Yeah,
on.
I feel like that's an easy pick. But we're back with another episode today. Dion, you want to get us started with a YouTube comment of the day?
Absolutely. This is from the full episode on Monday. Aaron Michaels 8195 said, "Y'all are killing me not knowing who Billy Joel is, and go Cats."
Listen, this week, as I have a little bit of a break here, I'll tap into some Billy Joel. All right, but also I need some guidance. Like, when do I fire up Billy Joel? Because like I'm a vibes music guy. Like, if I'm in the gym, I want to listen to a certain thing. If my mood's a certain way, I want to listen to a certain thing. Like, what is the occasion where I'm firing up some Billy Joel?
I need people to understand this morning I woke up uh, and I listened to 1900 Rugrat while I took a shower. Like
That's insane. 1900 Rugrat first thing in the morning while showering is an insane move.
That's the type of person that I am. That's the type of like I'm always on one. Like I listen to NBA YoungBoy just to remind myself it's me against the world type of thing. So I need people to understand it's not that crazy that I don't know who Billy Joel is, but much like Cart said, I'm down to get in the mud with Billy Joel. Y'all got until Thursday. I need top three songs and top three times of the day I'm supposed to listen to Billy Joel, and I'll make sure it happens this week.
Crazy times when it used to be we used to have like the alarms with actual songs on it. I think back in college I used to have that. It was like a Gucci Man and Two Chainz mixtape. And I think it was called Get It Back was the song. The loudest song of all time. Also let it play constantly, just like not waking up to the alarm. Just wild times, really showing my age right there. But yeah, I'll tap into some Billy Joel this week and I'll report back by Thursday. Let's leave it at that. Let's get to the Discord. Join the Discord for the low price of $9.99 a month. A lot of perks when you join the Discord. Obviously, it's a great community. It's also you can get your comments read on every single episode. So if you ever wanted to let your comments fly, let your voice be heard, join the Discord and you will, saying you will be vindicated. We're gonna start today with War Chant. My basketball coach is still talking about how well this team shoots in practice now that the season is over. How can we arrange a meeting with my basketball coach and Allen Iverson? This is interesting. This is actually very interesting because I had this thought. I do want to see a practice. I want to see a practice. And I want to see these guys hit shots, but also I wouldn't be surprised if they hit shots because I mean, Dion, you hoop. There's some people that will hit shots in practice, and in the games they won't hit anything. That's just life. But maybe not to the level Illinois is doing it.
I mean, as early as like 7, 8 years old, you realize there's practice players and then there's game players. And the reality of it is like, I'm not saying you don't want to be a good practice player, but typically the game players are taking practice off a little bit.
Yeah, shout out to for the if he somehow listens to this, this will be great. Or some Albion people listen to this, they'll understand it. But I had a teammate by the name of Leonard Wernette Leff was his name. This dude was Drew Timmy in practice. It's special, special, just dunking everything too. In the games, just couldn't figure it out. I mean, he was all right, but he just couldn't like it wasn't what it was in practice. But man, he was special in those practices. He was okay in the games too. I'm not hating on him in any
I
regard.
also want to point out too, and I mean this respectfully to you as well. Typically, when you're really good in practice, it's also because of who you're going up against. And Illinois has defensive struggles, as have been documented all year. So yeah, it's probably a little easier for them to get buckets in practice than when they're going up against like some of the best defenses in the country.
Facts. All hail the Pope. Can we change the false narrative that Kentucky can't play defense? Since we lost to Ole Miss and Coach Pope said some guys had a heart change in defense, we've had the 11th defense in the country. I think I said this already a couple times. I did a little hand up accountability. Kentucky has been better on the defensive end, and I think they have Lamont Butler back in the fold, and they're a little bit healthier than they were, and they have taken some steps defensively, which I think has led to some more success for Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this a lot. I think defense is all about effort, and you can flip that switch defensively if you want to. And it sounds like Kentucky has. I had no idea that about that stat. That's a phenomenal stat, by the way. Like, I want to reconsider my Final Four, knowing that Kentucky's the 11th ranked defense in the country right now.
Yeah. Also, we'll see. Call me the breeze. Still can't access YouTube. I hate you all, except Cart and G. Yeah, be compliant. Call me the breeze. That's all I gotta say. We're a compliant advocacy. Also, what does this mean? He can't access YouTube.
Did YouTube ban him? Like what? Like what
Also, if
happened?
YouTube banned you, we're on YouTube side. Call me the breeze. I want to make something very clear. You did something wrong.
I
So
would say you really have to do something if you can't access, like, because this means you can't access the whole website. It's one of the
right.
biggest websites in the world.
And I've seen some things said on YouTube.
E-
So like, if you're getting banned, then I'm on YouTube side. That does it for the comments today. Slow comment day, but we did record late last night, so obviously like a lot of the carryover comments were still there. But make sure you join the Discord. Join the Discord. You get all your comments read here. We are brought to you by YouTube Compliance Office. Dion, between us talking last night at 2 a.m. and now it being 11 a.m., what have you done to be what did you do in your sleep to be compliant?
Um, I set an alarm and I woke up 5 minutes before the alarm. That's how
Wow.
compliant I am. You know
That
what I mean? I said, let me get started on my day earlier because that's what YouTube would do. YouTube doesn't sleep, so we can't sleep. And that's why we work so hard on this channel.
I miss sleep. I miss sleep, and I will say this because I'm an open book. And if someone makes a comment about me being like an encyclopedia or something like a thick ass book, I'm gonna be pissed. But I think I've decided, and I'm gonna run it by G. But maybe not the week after the season, but the following week after the Final Four. Absolutely nothing. I'm not touching a mic. I'm not looking at a camera. I might not talk to y'all, to be honest with you. I'm taking a complete week off. I'm acting like basketball doesn't exist. I'm gonna go on a retreat. What are those ones that Aaron Rodgers? I'm gonna go on an Ashwagandha retreat.
So let me get this straight. Last week, G can take as much paternity leave as possible, like HR approved whatever's needed. This week, G, you got to come back in 2 weeks because Cart needs a week off.
Yep. And or you could take a week off, either or. But what Magic say? I'm not gonna be here. Shout out to YouTube Compliance Office. We are compliant as always, and we appreciate y'all giving us this platform to let our channel flourish. And we will do our best to always be grateful under your watchful eye. Let's get to the show. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer. Topic number one today. Dion, when's the last time you watched Cinderella?
That's the one she got the shoe.
Yep.
I dated a girl once that like her shoe fell off and she asked me to put it back on and I did. And she goes, I feel like Cinderella. I had no idea what she was talking about.
That's a crazy, crazy work, but good segment here. Actually, not good segment. What segue whatsoever. It is going to be a good segment. Y'all gotta let me rock, man. I'm still very tired. But I want to have a quick discussion about NIL and Cinderellas and kind of how March Madness is played out. I believe you had a stat or something like that. Isn't this the first Sweet 16 in how many years that there's not greater than an 11 seed? Is what it was?
It was no 11 seeds, I want to say since 2011.
It's 2011. Okay. So like
Yeah.
there's obviously the Sweet 16 currently is a little bit chalky, right? I think the highest seeded team is Arkansas at 10.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you have one seeds are all still in. There's some two seeds still in as well. It's just it seems to be a little bit more chalky than usual, and it raises the question: Is NIL killing the Cinderella run? Um, and I wanted to ask and pose that question to you and just kind of hash that out because my initial thoughts, it is. It truly is because these Cinderella teams aren't able to be the best they could be because they really don't stick together, right? They move on, they use it as a springboard conversation. But I don't think it's the only issue though, because at the same time, to become a Cinderella, you have to make a run in the tournament. And then once that player makes a Cinderella run, then they move on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get it, but I don't really necessarily blame it all on NIL. What do you think the cause of like not, the lack of Cinderella teams is?
Yeah, honestly, I just think the best teams are really good this year. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just think, and that's okay. Um, I'm trying to find the stat to make sure I said it right because it might have actually been 2016. I can't find it, so we're just gonna go with 2011. Like, who's gonna tell us that it's not 20? But like, I just think, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I look at every level. Was the NBA Finals when it was Denver, Miami better because a play-in team made the finals and we had some Cinderella run, or would we have rather seen Denver, Boston? We would have rather seen Denver, Boston. At every level, like the idea is to see the best teams and the best players play each other. And that's what we're gonna get. And I don't think it's a I think you're doing a disservice to both mid majors as well as like the Power Fives by downplaying what the Power Five schools have done this year. And they're just really, really talented. They're well coached. They don't make mistakes. I think that's the biggest difference is these high level programs would make just brain dead mistakes, I guess you could say, against the mid majors, and the mid majors made no mistakes and took advantage. I don't think NIL changed that. I think these teams are just playing better. The mid majors had a down year. It's one time. Like it's gonna happen again, whether NIL exists or not. Like it just is what it is. At the end of the day, Arkansas, Duke, Houston, Florida are going to have more talent than Drake. It is what it is. That's how it's going to work. And I think those teams just played really well, and some of the mid majors just had a little bit of a down year, but that won't last forever. They'll be right back to winning next year.
Yeah, and look, for me, you know, I like how the tournament plays out like this too. Like, Cinderella's win a couple games. You had the McNeese winning the game, you have Drake winning the game, but then you get down to like the nitty gritty. You get to the Sweet 16, you want the best teams playing. And I feel like that's what we have right now. So I don't know. I don't think NIL is really killing the Cinderellas. If anything, it's hurting college basketball as a whole, but I don't think it's necessarily hurting the Cinderellas. I think you'll still get your Cinderella runs. For the reason I stated, to be honest with you, I think that these kids now, whether it's for better or for worse, are approaching these games and these tournaments like if I can make a run in this one, I could probably change my life. You know what I'm saying? Like you win a game in this tournament, you make a Cinderella run, you can go secure a bag, like right? So there's that extra motivation for them in this case.
Yeah, I just found the stat. It's no 11 seats since 2007, so it's been 18 years.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
but it happened pre-NIL. Like, and here's the thing is like, we as college basketball fans have to realize like these kids were getting paid before. So
Yes.
respectfully, like Seth Curry went on a run with Liberty and then was at Duke next year.
Yeah.
You come on, man. You're telling me he didn't get a little bag to go to Duke? Like, shout out Coach K. It is what it is. Like, but I think, in my honest opinion, it would only magnify them wanting to go on a run if you're a mid-major guy. Are you wanting to go on a run because you want to stay at Drake? No, but you would sure love to go on a run. That way Nate Oates comes calling. That way you can get a couple milli. Like Trey Townsend last year, right? Beat Kentucky with Oakland, and then now he's at Arizona making a bag. And I think that's the aspect of it. Like the portal, if anything, has ruined mid-majors' ability because they can't keep guys. But I don't think the money aspect is what's ruined it for them.
Yeah, and I still think you'll see Cinderellas, just Cinderellas to a lesser degree. And that's fine. That's part of college basketball. Things need to change, things are fluid. Um, I'll end it with this. Cinderella will be just fine. Stop blaming people, Cinderella. Take some accountability, okay? Go seek therapy. At the time of recording this, the transfer portal is now officially open for 30 days, and we were given freedom to pick topics. And if you give me freedom, sometimes I go off the rails a little bit. And with that, you get topics like this. I want to pick one player from every Sweet 16 team, and we can either think this player should portal or a player we want to see portal to go to another team. I know people are going to hate this. I'm going to actually enjoy it a little bit. So, let's go ahead and let's start on the right side. We're always starting on the left side. Let's start with Duke. What's one player on Duke that you think will portal or you would want to see portal?
Well, he's gonna go to the NBA, but I don't understand how or why, so I'm gonna say Khan. No, I'm just kidding.
That
I'm just kidding. But
you're trying to get clipped again, aren't you?
hey, they got me this morning. I'm giving them more ammo. I guess Caleb Foster, right? Or Isaiah Evans.
Yeah,
Um,
for me, I think Isaiah Evans is the answer. Obviously, he could come back to Duke and be successful. The other sneaky pick I would have there is Darren Harris. He's a freshman that's on. Out of high school, I thought he was like the best shooter coming in here, and he just really hasn't had the opportunity with Duke given their depth. But I think there's certainly a role for him to be a really big guy somewhere else and be a high usage, high level guy. And I don't know if that's going to happen at Duke. So I think I would throw Darren Harris in that group as well. Arizona is the next team.
Honestly, I don't know. I think they all might want to stay at Arizona because they get away with a lot under Tommy Lloyd. They probably wouldn't anywhere else.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a little messy on this one. I think it's Crevis.
I was gonna say Carter Bryant.
Carter Bryant's in the league. I'm gonna say it's Crevis. I'm gonna say it's Crevis because also I should have put a disclaimer at the start of this. This is all us making things up, by the way. We this is all made up, okay? So don't like take this and run with it like it's a source that cre No, but like with the emergence of like a Waka and Vesar, like obviously you want to have more good players, but it seems like there's a little bit of Ewing theory involved with this. Like Tommy Lloyd said that Crevis was going to be their best player this season. They lose him, and they kind of found themselves and got better. So maybe Crevis wants to move on. That's one player I would throw out there. You got any other suggestions?
Are you sure Carter Bryant's league bound?
I think
Are you sure?
I think he's projected first round.
Is he really?
I think so. Yeah, like 20 something, 20-ish.
Then I'll go KJ Lewis. He can start somewhere.
Yeah, true. I think with this, oh yeah, he comes off the bench for Arizona. BYU.
Ooh, Cannon.
It's got to be Cannon.
Yeah, it's gotta
Yeah,
be. It's
Cannon's
got.
getting DMPs, which is just crazy. Alabama,
Ooh,
Jaren Stevenson.
Phylon. Are you who?
Oh, Phylon's a good choice.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say
what?
Phylon.
But you think if Phylon stays around, like it's his show next year at Bama?
Well, it's one of him or Holloway is gonna have to take a backseat to the other, and whoever that is, I think should transfer.
Yeah, either that or Jaren Stevenson, just because I don't like watching him play the three for Bama anymore. They just need to end that experiment, and unless you're gonna put him at the four, I think it's time to move on. Uh, Houston, not picking anybody. Players
Yeah,
don't transfer from Houston.
Mercy
Per
Miller.
Oh, he's on that team. Yeah, that's actually a good shout. Purdue.
That should transfer. Like we're doing like who we would like to see transfer.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hate to see Braden Smith play for like Arizona. Like if you told me Braden Smith gets to play in a crazy high-paced offense, I would love that.
Dion said that, not me. Mine would be Miles Colvin. It actually would be like I. There's going to be another year, I think, of him coming off the bench, and I think there's just something there with that kid, man. Like he can shoot, he's athletic. I don't know. Like I understand he's had some up and downs this year, but I truly think that he just needs to be away from Cam Heidi. They need to go their separate ways. They just get put together all the time. They got to sit together on the plane. They got to go in the game together. They got to get cardio together. I just think it's time for them to just have a split and let them both just be great.
I want to add
Uh,
a disclaimer: Braden Smith shouldn't transfer. It would just be fun if he played for Arizona. That's it.
it's a good shot. I like it. Kentucky.
I mean, they're all gone, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I mean I'm trying to even think of who.
It would be like Ortega, Colin Chandler, Travis Perry. I think one of Amari or Brandon Garrison's back, but they only have like four dudes that are coming back.
Yeah, honestly, can't pick anybody. I don't know. I think that team would stay
Kirk
intact.
Kriisa.
He's done. He's got to be done.
Nah, medical red shirt, bro. We're back for another one.
All right, Kirk Kriisa back to West Virginia. Tennessee.
Um, who's even returning from then too? They kind of feel like Kentucky.
They feel a little bit Kentucky-ish. I'm gonna say Darlington Dubar, Darlin Stone Dubar, I believe his name is. He was really good at Hofstra. He just has not gotten the opportunity at Tennessee. I think he needs to go somewhere else and maybe refine that form he had at Hofstra. Arkansas.
Uh, K- Boogie, free Boogie.
I want to say DJ Wagner.
Oh, he's hooping now though.
I know, but I just can't get there with it. I don't know. I feel like he needs to go play for Memphis or something. But Texas
Missed a
Tech.
couple free throws.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
Uh,
So the good thing for me is that Texas Tech next year I think is gonna be really good. Like Christian Anderson is gonna be a guy, right? Um, so this might be a team that I don't know who would necessarily lead, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say either Dan. Well, I don't think he would actually leave, but if I have to choose someone, it would either be Chance McMillan. Oh, I know he's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Christian Anderson or Darian Williams. I don't think anybody should leave this team
I
though.
don't think
But
anybody should leave either, so we're not gonna put anybody out there.
yeah,
Maryland, this one's easy for me. This is us giving the ability. This is like free him category. Like Deshaun Harris Smith was a 5-star McDonald's All-American guy and just hasn't really had a chance. Like he started last year, he got relegated to the bench this year. Now he barely plays. He just needs to go somewhere else and maybe find that form he had coming out of high school, find a jumper, and start over. This is a olive branch for him to start over.
I don't know if we can do the free him stuff and then say find the jumper all in like.
Well, I just did, damn it. Florida,
Nobody. Oh no, the 7'9" kid, Oliver Root.
Oliver Rue,
Yeah, free my dog, Ollie.
free him. Where would you like to see him go?
Anywhere where he would get to play. I said this like in the beginning of the year. In late game situations, they just should bring him in to guard the inbounder, and
Yeah,
just see what happens.
should not be redshirted. That's what I would say. Um, let's see here. Michigan State. This
Ooh,
one's got to be Book.
yeah,
As much as I want to see Book stay for just to throw this out here, but he just seems to be out of the rotation, and I don't know like if or when he'll get back in at this point. And I don't know. I think it'd be this one would I think it'd be best for both parties. Like I don't think Book's gonna realize his full self at Michigan State, and I hope he does so somewhere else and like is successful. Like a la like Pierre Brooks went to Butler and was like one of the leading scorers in the Big East this year. I think Book should maybe try to find that same type of situation.
we're just talking about entering the portal, right? Like they could, like we were saying, they could enter and come back.
Yes.
If Jace stays in college, which he won't, by the way, Jace will enter the portal. He'll come back, but he will do it to get a bag, though.
Oh, that would make my nerves go through the roof. Ole Miss. I
Is
feel their team is like all like super seniors.
yeah. I was gonna say, can Dre Davis come back?
No,
Oh yeah, I got nothing for
that
them.
whole team's like 40. So, Michigan,
With Fat and LJ,
Roddy Gale.
isn't he? He's not a super senior too.
No, he's a junior. I just think we should parlay that performance. He should just go back to Ohio State.
Yeah, I was
Go,
gonna
go
say
back go back to Bruce Thornton.
he should go to Michigan State and just do the trio of rivals and just bounce between all the schools.
That's very. I think the answer here actually is probably Sam Walters. Sam Walters is like kind of falling out the rotation. Was at Bama, started off shooting well to start the year, but kind of fell off. Did you see that Justin Pippen entered the portal today?
Did he actually?
Yeah, team's still in the Sweet 16. Set them out.
It's crazy.
Crazy, crazy work. And last but not least, Auburn.
Um, Nobody, to be honest with you. Like league bound everybody. And then if they're not going to the league, they should just go back to Auburn.
I'm gonna take Ja'Kai Howard, just because I want to see him play more. I want to see him not shove people, and I want a New Heights Lightning reunion. I want Tahad Pettiford, Ja'Kai Howard, Elliot Cadeau, and I forgot who else is on the team. Just run it back. Everyone get on the same team again.
You're not making my dog Tahad play with Elliott and Jakai. I can't let you do that.
What? Why, they can all do it at North Carolina. Riley would be happy too.
Then I want Tahad back in the portal. Then Tahad's my answer. Preemptively free Tahad from that.
Free Tahad from the situation I just put forward. I'm sorry for making that topic, y'all. That's not going to be received well, but that's what happens when I get creative freedom. I lash out. So thank you for tuning in. The Sweet 16 is here, and on the last episode, we ranked the teams in the Sweet 16. Now, on this one, I want to rank the coaches. This is just coaches. You know, kind of take out like what the roster looks like this year with the team. Just specifically, you are approaching a Sweet 16 with the hopes of making a Final Four and cutting down the nets. Which coach are you taking? And I want to go 1 through 16 on this one, ranking the coaches. Um, and I don't know, we can go a couple different ways with this. I'm interested to see where this topic goes because you have coaches that have been there before, coaches that have won it before, coaches that haven't. So let's start off with who would we have as our number one coach that's still left in the Sweet 16?
Izzo.
I think it's got to be Izzo.
Gotta be Izzo.
Got to be
Uh,
Izzo, especially with how things are going right now. So I think I'll go Izzo one, two.
Kelvin.
I think I'll go Kelvin two, Kelvin Sampson two,
This is where it gets a little tough for me.
three.
So I have a 3-4-5. I don't know what order I would put them in, but I have a 3-4-5.
So I think at three, I would go. I would go Pearl at this spot. Like he's got a Final Four. I think I'll go Pearl at three, and then I think at four. In all honesty, I might go 4 or 5 Shire Paint.
Oh, I was gonna say Golden Paint.
You got to put Paint before Golden.
I mean, just those two.
So let's go 4 Paint.
Okay.
Let's go 5. Oh, let's make sure we're not missing anyone here.
I mean, I think I'd rather have Golden than Shire. Like, do I think Shire is gonna wind up
Would you
being way
rather have
better?
would you rather have
Oh,
Oats or Golden?
today Oats in a week Golden.
Okay, let's go Oats 5, 6. Let's go. Actually, where are you at? Golden or Beard?
Oh, Beard's the better basketball coach.
Also, where's Dusty at in here?
I think it's Beard, Golden, Shire, Dusty. Those would be the next four.
Okay, so let's go Beard 6, 7 Golden.
Yeah.
That's gonna, and this is we'll probably redo this segment once the Sweet 16 plays out. So Beard Golden, Dusty at 8. Now we're at 9, and we have
Uh,
left.
Shire over Dusty.
Oh, all right, here we go. So we
I,
got Golden, Shire, Dusty. Greg is not gonna like that. Dusty at 9, 10. We have
yeah.
left here. We have Kevin Young, Tommy Lloyd, Mark Pope, Rick Barnes, Coach Cal, Coach McCaslin, and Kevin Willard.
I said all year, like the best coach in the country conversation starts with Mark Pope, and then we get all the way to 10 before I remember he's in this. It's crazy.
Go Mark Pope at 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Then I feel like we got to do the other two trifecta guys. I would go Coach Young and then Cal.
Yeah, I would do it in that order too.
Coach Young and then Cal. And then 13, Rick Barnes can't drop anymore.
No,
But also, do we want Tommy Lloyd or Rick Barnes?
Rick Barnes. I also think McCaslin too.
Ooh, I do. I'm a McCaslin guy.
Yeah, I like McCaslin.
All right, 13 out of respect, we're gonna go Barnes just because you gotta go with Barnes, I feel like. Then we go McCaslin. and then 15 is Tommy Lloyd, and then 16 is Kevin Willard.
It's tough.
Once
That's tough.
again, once again, not going to go over well. But also, if you look at it this way, this might be the 16 best coaches in the sport. Like
I
we're
was
just
gonna
ranking.
say, like this list is phenomenal. This list is phenomenal. Like you, no matter where you fall on it, you have to be Cal at 12 is kind of crazy too.
It's a little bit crazy, but we have 1 through 16. We have Izzo 1, Samson 2, Pearl 3, Paint 4. Um, you know what? I really got to work on my handwriting. Like I just like scribble and then it just completely ruins it. Oats at 5, sorry. Beard 6, Golden 7. We have Shire 8, Dusty 9, Mark Pope 10, Coach Young 11, Cal 12, Barnes 13, McCaslin 14. Uh, and then we have Tommy Lloyd 15, Kevin Willard 16. I feel good about that list. Also, I say that after every single list we make. So what list do I not feel good about?
I just want to point out this list should tell you everything about like, hey, like it does suck. We got no Cinderella runs, sure. This list is why it'll be okay. We didn't get any. If Kevin Willard's the 16th best coach left in the Sweet 16, like it's about to be a special upcoming weekend.
I like where we're at. I love where we're at.
Love where we're at.
One big thing presented by being compliant, Dion.
One big thing, I haven't been doing the one word thing because I feel like with the way the week's gone, it's like flowers is my one word. And I wanted to give you your flowers, bro. Like, I don't think like everyone sees the content that goes on the channel. I'm not sure everyone sees like all the work you've been doing on the back end since G went on paternity leave. Your work ethic is special. We literally recorded until 2 a.m. your time last night. And then you have a son too like on top of everything. We were up like 7 hours later recording, and somewhere in there, you were able to be a father and get work done. I got a text from you at like 8 in the morning your time. I got some work emails I have to do. Like it's special, bro. Like, I always had a ton of respect for you, brother. But like literally seeing everything you've done the last week, you deserve a solo shout out for all the work you put on in,
My
bro.
dog, appreciate you, appreciate you. On that same token, I'm gonna give a shout out to Wife. Wife in March has been special because I have been doing hella work, hella recording, all types of stuff associated with this. And she has just, been one supportive of it. She always is supportive of me, but especially during March, like there's some moments where like I'm dying, I'm so tired, and she will like take over, feed son, do whatever. So shout out to her. None of this happens without her. Uh, highly recommend getting yourself a supportive queen. Makes life a little more bearable. I'll tell you that right now. We will see y'all tomorrow.